Okay, before I introduce myself, if you're suffering right now some level of anxiety or stress, then I want you to do the following with me right now, using your nose. Breathe in through the nose, please, right now, all the way. Hold your breath. And now exhale as if you're blowing through a straw through pursed lips like this. Really slowly. Keep it going. Let's do it one more time. Inhale through the nose. Hold. And now exhale slower than before through pursed lips as if you're blowing through a straw. Keep it going, keep it going. Okay, good. That will have helped just calm you down a little bit. And we're going to cover in a second a few more practices that will greatly help in your present condition. Now, the reason why that works, by the way, is first of all, you're breathing through your nose, which is what you should be doing in most circumstances. There's a reason why this is on your face. You are exhaling longer than you're inhaling. When you do that, you activate the parasympathetic part of your nervous system, which means the reaction, the mechanism in your system that causes you to feel relaxed, calm. It also is linked to digestion. And just so that you know, every inhale that you do increases your heart rate and your blood pressure. Every exhale decreases heart rate and blood pressure. Therefore, if you exhale longer than your inhale, you're slowing down your heart rate, slowing down your blood pressure, again, linking to your parasympathetic nervous system, helping you calm down. When you're calm, your mind then is in optimal mode. It's in a rational state. So it just gives you that window of opportunity to think, what's next? What can I do next that will help my current situation? So let's move on now to a practice called box breathing. We'll do that now. Now, box breathing is a very simple practice. Everybody can do it, and it will greatly help in the reduction of your anxiety, your stress symptoms. Box breathing has become known also because it's something that special forces folk will use, especially when in some sort of military campaign, because what it does, it not only calms them down, but it gives them this heightened focus. So therefore, they're better able to make decisions in the moment. So let's do box breathing right now. There are various ways of doing box breathing. What we're going to be doing now is inhaling for 4 seconds, holding our breath for 4 seconds, exhaling for 4 seconds, holding our breath for 4 seconds, and then repeating. So when you're ready, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the mouth. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Imagine a square, which is why it's called box breathing. Let's do it again. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. In. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Now, just doing that in that repeated fashion for 1 or 2 minutes will again greatly reduce the symptoms of stress and anxiety. It will calm you down. Now, interestingly, when you hold your breath, you increase carbon dioxide. And if you were to hold your breath for longer, then you would get this rise in carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide, when you increase it in the body, that also helps to calm you down. And as another point, if you train, if you learn practices breathwork practices and you train yourself to become more tolerant of higher levels of carbon dioxide, there is a correlation between that tolerance, that higher level of tolerance to increased levels of carbon dioxide in the body. It correlates to your ability to deal with stress and anxiety. In other words, you become more tolerant of stress and anxiety because of that increase in CO2. So I highly recommend, if you're new to breath work, this is the time. If you know that you're going through a stressful period, or if you know that you're prone on a regular basis to anxiety and stress, start building breath work into your life. It will make a profound difference, not just in the reduction of anxiety and stress, but in every facet of your life. Breathwork really is, in my opinion, the key to good health. If you know how to belly breathe, by the way, and if you're new to breathwork, you may not. Belly breathing is simply when you inhale, your stomach goes out. Exhale, stomach goes in. And if you start learning breathwork, you'll know that belly breathing and diaphragmatic breathing is a really good practice to help develop your breathwork practice, you exercise your respiratory tract. So if you already know how to belly breathe, do that because it's far more efficient. If you're stressed or anxious, it's very likely that you're breathing from the top part of your torso, the chest, and it's also quite likely you're breathing through the mouth. There is another tip. Whenever you're stressed or anxious, if you can, first thing to do is think, how am I breathing? So just check in. This takes practice. You just need to build a template in the brain that reminds you to think about breathing when stressed or anxious first. So ask yourself, how am I breathing? And probably at that time you're breathing fast. And it's quite likely also you're breathing through the mouth. The problem with both of those is when you do both, they exacerbate your condition. Breathing in that fashion through the mouth and at the top part of your body actually makes you feel more stressed. There is a reason behind that, because inside the chest cavity, you have a receptor that is linked to your sympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic is the opposite of the parasympathetic. And the sympathetic is your doing, action, go mode, fight, flight. Remember, every inhale increases heart rate, increases blood pressure. That's your sympathetic nervous system. Every exhale decreases blood pressure, decreases heart rate, parasympathetic. So the next exercise linked to that box breathing would be the following. First of all, just check in with your breath and slow it down. Again, breathing through the nose. There will be other videos on why you should breathe through the nose, but right now we're not going to go into that. Just breathe through your nose. Take it from me that this is the optimal way of breathing, in and out, and using your nose in most circumstances. So if you know how to belly breathe, great. If you don't worry. Just breathe in through your nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. And what you can do, which is similar to box breathing, is short burst inhale holds. So what we're going to do now is inhale, hold your breath now for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Normal breathing. Try and slow down your breath. And now let's repeat that. Inhale. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3. Exhale through the nose or mouth. Revert to normal breathing. Slow it down. In through the nose, out through the nose or the mouth. In through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. One more time. Inhale all the way. Hold. 1, 2, 3. And again, exhale. Good. So little inhale holds there. You wouldn't have significantly increased your carbon dioxide, but it would have gone up a little bit, which would have helped in this feeling of calm and relaxation and just dialing down your nervous system response. Now, another good breathwork practice, the last one now for melting anxiety, is to check in with your breathing. So let's say you've noticed that you're feeling the onset of anxiety or stress. And the first thing you've done is inhaled all the way and then made sure that you exhale for a nice long exhale. What you could do is then continue doing that. So you're just slowing down your breathing. What I would do personally is I would count in beats. So you may not have the presence of mind to do that initially, but then once you've started to calm down, you could then inhale for 4, say. So inhale through the nose. And then exhale for 8. And repeat. In for 4. And then exhale for 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, the longer exhale would be parasympathetic, but what you're doing is actually then creating a rhythm. And this is where we move on to that last exercise. If you breathe in equal amounts of inhale and exhale, then, and in this rhythmic fashion, then what you're doing is you're balancing the nervous system, bearing in mind again, every inhale you increase heart rate, blood pressure, every exhale decrease heart rate, blood pressure. If therefore you are breathing in equal amounts of, let's say, in for 4 seconds and out for 4 seconds, then you're creating this coherence in your nervous system. And what you do, therefore, is you inhale, and I'm making this kind of cyclical fashion now with my arms because I want you to imagine this. I want you to picture this in your mind. Using visualization really helps in many respects to do with breath work, but meditation, mindfulness, of course, when you build that extra sensory awareness of what you're doing, it aids in the process. It aids in the reduction of your symptoms. So why don't we do this now? Let's close your eyes, please. And I want you now to start breathing in through the nose. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine that as you breathe in through the nose, that you're breathing in a white cleansing light. And this white cleansing light, once it enters the nose, it will then dissipate throughout the body. So it will dissipate on the exhale. And this, I want you to imagine now as your eyes are closed that this white light is then moving through your body and ridding you of tension, ridding you of negative energy, let's call it, ridding you of the stress and anxiety. So let's do this now. Inhale, 2, 3, 4 through the nose, and now exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Keep going, and imagine as you're doing this that not only do you have this white light entering the body, but that also you're imagining a breathing system where you have this continual movement. Every inhale is the same length of time as your exhale. And there's no pause at either end of the inhale or exhale. It's just one smooth rhythm. And I want you to imagine that you're creating this coherence, this balance, internal balance of those natural mechanisms that occur without thought, but you now know you have some level of control over. You have control over how much stress you can handle, how much anxiety you can handle. You have control over how you're reacting in this given situation. And that's it. So you just become aware via your senses of your breathing, imagining cool air entering the nose along with this white light, and then exhaling it, dissipating through the body, removing tension, and removing the symptoms of stress and anxiety. Just breathing in this equal fashion will greatly help. There we are. I hope this video is of some use. Remember, if you can take away anything, when we're feeling stressed or anxious, we don't have the rational, intelligent part of our brain working. So it's quite often difficult to remember stuff like this. But you should theoretically be able to remember at least. All I need to do is inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth, through pursed lips, nice and slowly. And what you could also do is on the exhale, sigh. So, now sighing is a natural healing mechanism that we do quite often without any thought. We sigh, and that's our body saying we need to calm down. So you build that into your breath work, that will greatly help, and it activates that natural healing mechanism. So again, if you can take anything when you're feeling stressed or anxious, inhale through the nose, exhale longer than the inhale through pursed lips, and repeat. After you've done that, hopefully your rational brain, your intelligent brain will come on board, and that will remind you then of those other practices. Box breathing, short burst inhale holds for 2 or 3 seconds, or equal breathing to just bring back that balance in your autonomic nervous system. Thank you for watching. My name is David Florence. You can catch many of my videos on the channel Evolution of Dave. I'm a breathwork coach. I work with individuals and groups, especially corporates, and work with them to help reduce the symptoms of stress and anxiety, not only through breathwork, but through movement flow, through neurolinguistic programming methods, through hypnotherapeutic practices, through flow state methods. I seem to be accruing lots of different qualifications and practices. And again, much of what I talk about and advice is on my channel, but do hook me up on my Instagram or Facebook. Look for Evolution of Dave. You'll find me on those platforms. Thank you for watching. Goodbye for now.